Hey folks, you ever hear water dripping from your toilet bowl? If you listen to it carefully, you hear it dripping. It's not on the outside, it's on the inside. And you can see that the water is coming in from the tank. And once it gets to a certain level, it's going to turn on the water in the tank and fill it up. And it can go on all night, all day, all week. So I'm going to show you what it is that's causing that. This is a Kohler Rosario bowl. It's a one-piece bowl. It's an old one, still in mint condition, like an old car. But just like an old car, it's hard to find the parts for it. Okay? So, I'm going to show you what the problem is with this. See, now it's going to fill up. And it'll do this all night until you fix it. So I'm going to show you what's wrong with it. Let's take this cover off. The problem with it is that little red flapper there. Over time, over age, what happens with that little red flapper is it starts to deteriorate. Then the rubber gets very sloppy and it doesn't cover the little hole that it's supposed to cover. Okay? It's supposed to be like a little hole, a little round hole, almost like this square one. This little red flapper just covers it up and it holds the water in the tank. But after a while of flapping up and down, you're going to notice there's two little arms here. They're going to get weak. And once one gets weak, it's going to start it's going to cock off to the side a little bit, and it's not going to cover fully. It's going to leave a little bit off, just enough to give you a little bit of a drip. But like I said, this is a Rosario model. Okay, they don't make this no more, but when you go to the store and you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, they sell Kohler parts, or they sell universal ones, one size fits all. I'm telling you, there's nothing that fits this bowl. Okay, I'm going to show you those two pieces that I bought right now. These are the ones that do not fit. Do you understand? Do not. There's no universal ones sold at Lowe's or Home Depot. This is a discontinued bowl, so we have to go searching for parts. These are the ones. Okay, so the ones that you have to get, okay, can't get them online. Well, you have to get them online, actually, so you have to go into a Kohler website, look up the bowl, find out the model number of it, and then get the part number of the parts that you need. I will attach that at the end with a little picture, and I'll show you the pictures of the two items that you need, okay? I needed two items because this little bar, this arm, is a little rotted over there, and I'll show you what's wrong with it. So I had to order that too. But most of the universal ones that you get from the store, it's just one straight arm, and you can bend it a little bit, but it doesn't make this little S bend. This is an S bend. So this is another part that you have to get from Kohler, from the discontinued parts from wherever you find, whether it's in Amazon or eBay. It's out there. I found mine on Amazon. So this is the correct one right here for this Rosario one-piece bowl. Okay, it's K3434. And the reason this one is different than the ones you get in the store is you see these little arms, they are longer. Okay, for this one with that little square piece back there, okay, you need a longer arm. So this one is the one with the longer arm. The other one that I showed you in the picture, which is from Kohler with a different part number, it's got the longer arm, but also has a little black bar. That does not fit because the design of this piece is totally different. It's designed for the black bar because these holes are on the bottom. Does not work, okay? And for the flushing arm, this is the part number for that. 78423 CP. Here it is right here. Okay, it's got to have this little turn Well, that one has an S turn, so I see they eliminated that. So this is a little better. This is more like a little bit of a bent L. So it's going to go around that little valve that's sticking up. Comes with a new chrome escutcheon, and it comes with a nut. Now the nut is left-handed thread. So the lefty, loosey, righty, tighty thing does not work on this. Okay, this is a right turn to loosen it up. Okay, so it's the opposite of what you've been taught all these years. All right, so let's go and change this little sucker out. First thing we're going to do is we're going to shut off the water so no other water will come back in, and we're going to flush this. There's that little red valve I'm telling you about. That valve basically just hops onto that little piece of rubber. There's another reason why you know that it's time for a new one. Look, it doesn't return no more. All the hard water deposits ruined that little thing there. Now it's jammed. Plus it's rotted over here. Looks like somebody did a little fugazi thing with it. So we're going to take care of that too for them. All right. So let's take care of that first. Let's take that little chain off. All right, back in business. I needed 2 hands to take that wire tie off. You see how it's rotted away? From the chain dangling in that hole over time, it wore out a hole. So they put a little fugazi thing in here just to hold it in there to work. All right, so let's go. Get rid of the chain. Okay, drop it out of here. The little flapper has two little tabs coming out. Looks like a little Frankenstein type of electrical bolts there. Okay, they should come right out of there, right out of the hole. Just snap it right out of there. There you go. That's one. This one in the back comes right out. When you lift it up out of the way, you're going to see how weak this thing is. Look. See how limp it is? So because it's not a straight arm, when it comes back down, it can go anywhere. Whereas a new one stays pretty firm. All right, so it goes up and down. Those are where the little tabs go. It'll pretty much fall straight down. I mean, they have enough surface over here, so if it's off, it'll be okay. But when it's this bad, it could be pretty bad. All right, you can see it's starting to sit off to the side a little bit. It's not perfect. It started coming off, see? So this is probably where the water was coming from, right here. When it wasn't perfectly sitting round on it, it's just this little piece. It's just enough to get some water in there. That's where your problem is. All right, so here's the chain. Here's the flapper. We're going to put the flapper on. The flapper goes on pretty straightforward. Dip it in there. Okay, get the chain out of the way. You don't want the chain to come into the hole there. Once this goes in here, you could do it by feel, which is what I'm going to do because I can't see. Okay. You can hear it snap on. This one here is going to snap on here. Okay. Pardon my hand here. Okay. There you go. Snap on, snap off. All right, so here's the chain. Basically, this is the operation of it. When you lift it, it uncovers the little hole that's there. Okay? That's its job. That's it. See how nice and easy it goes on? Because this is the right flapper. Got the wrong flapper, that's going to be a problem. Now over here for this arm, okay, we've got to grab that nut there. It's not a lefty loosey anymore, it's a righty loosey. Okay, you can see all the hard water stains on it. See how it's jammed now? Okay, I mean, you could probably take it apart, sand it, and grease it if you wanted to. Otherwise, those universal ones do not work. Universal ones are usually for the ones that have a handle in the front. The ones on the side, if it is, it'll be on the opposite side of that flusher. When it's on the same side, you need that little S. All right, so I'm going to take a little wrench there. I'm going to take that little nut off. All right, so using a wrench there, adjustable wrench. It's a righty loosey, so I'm going to turn it that way to take it off. It's kind of weird. It's like an old Chrysler. Chryslers used to have the left side wheel studs with a left-hand turn. because their thinking was that when you're driving forward, the wheel lug nuts might unscrew themselves, then the wheel would fall off. So on the left side, they put left-handed threads. But now all cars are right-handed threads now. All right, so here's a nut. Take it off. This one has no washer on it. Does it? Yes, it does. Look at that. The washer just came out. Take that on the side. Here's the washer. This handle will come right out of that hole. I don't have to wiggle it out because it's on an angle. Let's go this way. All right. Then we tilt it up, down, and around. There it is. All right. Comes with the discussion. That's the new one. You can see the difference. Yeah. Looks like it'll work. What do you think? A little bit of a design there with the S. Hopefully this part doesn't hit that piece. But that's the way it is. I'm going to put the chrome piece on here and get ready with the nut. Now the thing is that this I noticed does not come with that little flat washer. So the question is, do I put it back on? Well, it didn't come with it, so I'm going to assume it does not. You're not required to have it on. All right, so let's assemble this thing here and put this together. This should be only one size. I don't see anything different about this one. It's going to sit in a certain way. It sits only a certain way, so it doesn't matter which way it goes. All right, get this little bugger in there. Through the hole. Oh, you know what? Let's clean up that little side over there while it's here. Let's clean it up. All right, we cleaned up the side over there. Let's poke the little bugger in there. So get it the right way, turn it the right angle. Perfect. All right, and exactly where it has to be. All right, so we're just gonna put that nut on. The plastic nut that they have. Let me go get it. All right, so there it is. It's going to be a weird turning it left to put it on, but that's what you have to do. Lefty tighty on this one. All right, I'm going to tighten it with a wrench. Make it nice and tight. See how nice it is just by hand already. See it? It returns. The old one didn't return. All right, let me go tighten that up. Get my wrench. All right, so that's nice and tight. Now we're going to have to adjust the length of the chain. Okay, you see where the handle is? In the sitting position, it's down here. And this chain is very long. So in the sitting position with the flapper, this chain has to be cut down at least half. So since I'm not going to cut the chain, what I usually do is I just take this and I loop it, this hole through one of the chain links, and I'll get my length, and then I'll hook it onto that little bar. So I'll show you what I'm going to do here. See, like this little chain links, I usually just go and I poke it right through one of these holes, bring it back up, and that shortens the length. All right? Otherwise, you can undo this and all that stuff. But listen, it works. It works for me for years. Now let's do that. There you go. Hooked it through the link. And I'm going to put this right through the hole here. Okay. Like that. And that's the way it's going to be. Check the operation. Excellent. Going to fill it up with water now and want to see what happens. Fill her up. Fill it up. Should be coming up to the end soon, because you can see by the stain. There you go. Nice and quiet. All right, let's flush it. Okay. Flap comes up, and the flap slowly comes back down, and it seals it. And that's it. All right. Put everything back, and you are good to go. Kohler one piece, Rosario. Get the right one. Like I said, the ones in the stores, even though they say universal, are not universal. With the old tanks, you gotta look for classic antique parts. So this is the one, GP83064. It's got the long arms. And this is the new handle assembly, 78423CP. There you go. Thanks for watching, folks. Ciao.